Good morning, my awesome friends and followers of the channel and the members. We have a 300 club now. 300 members. I am blown away. I can't believe it. I'll put something really nice out today. But thank you. Thank you to those who continue to follow this path of, well, we'll call it integrity. No. Listen, thank you for the emails. Thank you for the messages. Thank you for the screenshots. But I'm going to just shut it all down now. I'm not interested in what other individuals say. I just not. Listen, as I keep saying, YouTube's massive. Over 2 billion channels on YouTube. Not every one of them are creators. Not every one of them are YouTubers. Many people like you just subscribe to YouTube or follow people. And it's nice. There is a plethora, nice word that, isn't it? There's a plethora of channels. There's a plethora of topics. Go and follow one if you enjoy it. That's all I say. You know, there's great channels out there. But if you want advice on channels to follow, I'm happy to give you advice. But I'm not going to go out of my way now to say follow this and follow that. Listen, if I'm following a channel, it's because I get something from it. I learn from channels. I pick up tips. I pick up a lot of things. Yeah, a lot of good creators out there. But yes, it is Wednesday, the 23rd of October. It's handover takeover day in the Colt household. Yes, this morning, found it quite strange actually. Yesterday I had to go about HGV drivers. Some people said, well, I drive HGVs and I'm not like that. I'm going to say you are like that. I live not too far from Felixstowe, one of the busiest ports in Europe. Lorry drivers in and out. And I can tell you now, people, they're all like that. HGVs bully people on the road. Many of them pull out and then indicate to force you to slow down. They race each other. Listen, did you know that if those massive lorries, if they get to the port quicker than expected, a lot of the drivers get bonuses. So they do it intentionally. They do it. Yeah, I'm just telling you. Yeah. Facts are facts. Just because they hurt your feelings doesn't make them less factual. Yeah. Yeah, my son called over this morning. Dad, can you have a glass of water ready for me? And then I found out that he was taking a sort of a, what do you call that type of thing? He's taking things for his muscles and stuff. And I looked at it this morning, I'm like, no, son. Does your mummy know? Yes. So why are you bringing it here to take and not at your mum's? Because mum would have told you off. I says, well, so his mum came over this morning, dropped off football boots, which I need to clean. I don't need to, but I want to. Does that make sense? Yeah. So I'll give him a clean this morning. I've also received early my son's Christmas list, things that he would like for Christmas. So I'm looking at that. Oh my God, my head near blew off. I'm like, what? Yeah. Anyway, so I'm starting to plan for that and other bits and pieces, as you do. Yeah, it's coming up to Christmas. I look forward to getting the tree up, because once the tree's up and I get in the festive period, I can then hang up my little Zeus's decoration. I can hang that up, which I look forward to I look forward to now, actually. Yeah. And people say get a dog. I will get a dog. At the minute where I live, I've still got a hole in the ceiling. I've got a landlord. I probably won't be able to bring a dog into this place now. I need to move I need to move here. Hopefully move after the new year. Yeah. Right. The news. Jesus. Sorry. Lord's name in vain. A Metropolitan Police officer who has been cleared of murdering Chris Kaba. Hopefully I've said that right. He's been cleared of murdering Chris Kaba. But guess what? Gangsters have now put a £10,000 bounty on the police officer that was cleared. Now, how do we navigate around this? Well, what we could do is we could stop the release of prisoners, dangerous prisoners, which are being released. We could call back prisoners. We could put a task force into the area where Chris Kaba is from, and we could arrest all those people under the Terrorism Act and lock them up. You need to fight fire with fire this day and age. But unfortunately, under this new Labour government, it's not going to happen because he's releasing thousands of prisoners onto the streets. At the same time now, gangsters have become so powerful in the drug world that they can afford to put hits out on police officers. I mean, a hit on a police officer? What is this? Al Capone territory? London, whether you like it or not, has fallen into chaos with a lot of suburbs being controlled by gangs. Yeah, I wonder who said that a while ago. Not too sure if that was Farage. No, it couldn't have been Farage. Because he got called far right for calling it that. He did, didn't he? He got called racist for saying that, didn't he? Yeah, isn't it weird how all these conspiracies have come true? You can't even tweet about it or post about it. You might get locked up. Yeah. Well, imagine the police having to put their officers in hiding from gangsters that the Prime Minister has let out of prison. Police officers in London hiding from the people that the Prime Minister's released. Oh my God, you couldn't make this up. Yeah? Sounds like a J.K. Harry Potter type novel now going off, or a James Bond one. It's crazy. It is. And ex-President Donald Trump's legal team have filed complaints against our current Prime Minister and his party, who have openly supported Kamala Harris and are actually interfering in US political elections. Imagine that. Just goes to show you. Now, we can see what Keir Starmer's doing to London and the UK. He's anti-British. It's quite clear. So, if our party supporting Kamala, if our Prime Minister supporting Kamala, then we need to make sure that Donald Trump gets elected. Because everything about Labour Party is evil and nasty. And if you voted for them now, I bet you're crying. I bet you're crying about your student loans. I bet you're crying about your pensions. Anyone that voted them needs your head looked at, in my opinion. I'm without prejudice, must say that. Yeah. Wow. It's a bit like Tony Blair. Every time Tony Blair backed the campaign, everyone went, we'll walk away from that then. Why? Because Tony Blair's not a nice guy. Anything he's backing is wrong. Yeah. Wow. But Tony Blair was Labour Party. And he released all the terrorists that killed British soldiers and military families. He released them back out onto the streets. It's a Labour thing, isn't it? Labour just don't like prisoners. Wow. Shocking, isn't it? And J.K. Rowling and Elon Musk, J.K. Rowling have been posting things about the Scottish Nationalist Party. Listen to this. The Scottish Nationalist Party have just released, I don't even know how they can use this word, official. They have released an official list which confirms there's 24 genders. Now, on that list of 24 genders, get your head around this. This is how it all falls apart. This is how the reasoning doesn't work out. A list of 24 genders that SNP are saying it's our official list. Did they make them up? Don't know. One of the titles is pangender. Now, before you knock me down off my seat and say, Trevor, do you know what a pangender is? A pangender is an individual that identifies as every other gender. You heard that right. That's an official gender is a gender that identifies as every other gender. Does that even make sense? Now, please, listen, YouTube human reviewer, does that make sense to you? How can you identify as every other gender and that itself is a gender? Now, that's called a pangender. But whenever I was growing up, my dad would say that's pandering. That's pandering to what they want. That's pandering. So maybe that's why it's called a pangender. I'm just saying, it's my opinion about prejudice. I'm allowed to have an opinion. To me, it doesn't make sense. But then again, what does? I mean, I've got down here about prisoners being released. Now, ready? We did hear this. We are going to release prisoners that have done nearly 3/4 of their sentence and back into society. those that have been, I'm going to say regenerated, not regenerated. You know what I mean. Well, listen to this, ready? So far, prisoners are being released and they're getting picked up. These are the type of people you need in jail. They're getting picked up by Lamborghinis and Bentleys and champagne popping and all, right? A Kuwaiti sheikh has been released from jail early after committing £3 million of money laundering. He's been released. Another guy has just been released who actually kidnapped and tortured somebody, and he's been released. What else have I got here? 3 million money laundering, jailed for kidnap and torture. A murderer who brutally raped and stabbed a woman 60 times has been released early, even though families of the victims begged the parole board not to do it. The parole board ignored them, and they have released these people back into society. How's that safe for everyone? How's that safe for women? It's not, is it? I mean, wow. It's absolutely shocking. Yeah. And Joe Biden has slipped up. The ex-president, still president, ex-president, not too sure. The guy in the White House who doesn't know what's happening, but just turns up for fancy meals every day. Listen to this here. Joe Biden has slipped up he actually said Trump needs to be jailed 14 days before the election after he wrote, we need to lock him up. We need to lock him up. So are they planning to go after ex-President Donald Trump right before the election? Are they? I'm going to be honest with you. If they do, America will explode. It'll be chaos across America. Forget about America. For the UK, for the benefit of the United Kingdom, for the benefit of our long-term relationship, UK and US, for the benefit of world peace, I believe President Trump would make a better president than Kamala Harris. That's it. Now, I also know this. I also know that in the US, there's probably hundreds of people that would make a better president than Donald Trump. Of course there is. But they won't stand for an election. They won't put themselves forward. I honestly think that Kennedy, that stood down and is now backing Trump, would have been a better president. But you know what? It's not for me to choose. It's for the American people. And it's sad days that out of a country with nearly 500 million people, let's say 370 million. There's 370 million people in America. It might be up or down. Don't quote me on the figures. But the best I can find is Trump and Harris. You know, it's quite sad times. But, you know, out of the two, that's the one I would go for. Don't shoot the messenger. We're allowed to have an opinion. We are. Yeah. I need to point this out to you. Right. This is October. It's nearly coming to the end of October. And then we have November. Now, YouTube have a partner program, and creators like myself get paid by YouTube. And we get paid between the 21st and the 26th of every month. So, whatever you're watching on YouTube, please pay attention. As we approach Christmas, you're going to see a lot more YouTube creators coming out with clickbait and nonsense. You're going to see arguments happen. You're going to see people crying on screen. You're going to see all this nonsense, this whirlwind of nonsense take place on the lead up to Christmas. Because what they're trying to do, it's not about trying to destroy another creator. It's about bringing you to their platform. Look at them cry. Look at the emotions. Look what they're saying. Look what they're posting. It's all about you watching them. Because if you watch them and you go, oh, I'm really, really sorry you're going through this tough time. There's $1.99. Oh, there's a membership. There's this. You're going to see YouTubers come out with the most outrageous clickbait nonsense. So you watch their channel. That's all I'm saying. So you watch them. And if you watch them, they make more money. And it's all about Christmas. It's about earning money for Christmas. I can read them. I can see what's happening. It's best to ignore. It's best to avoid. And it's best to go somewhere where you can actually gain intelligence. I know loads of YouTubers, and none of them are interested in this tit for tat nonsense which we're seeing unfold on this platform. We're wasting opportunities of growing by looking back and going, wow, what's wrong with you? I mean, anyway, and the one thing which some creators seem to forget, the viewer. The viewers aren't stupid. The viewers can see when someone's showing integrity. The viewers can see when someone's full of shit. Okay? Just bear that in mind. Other than that, have a wonderful day. Thank you. Thank you to those of you who have purchased a copy of this book on the lead up to Christmas. I'm trying to get this book to 1,000 reviews on Amazon. I'm actually stuck below 800 at the minute, but it'll get there. It'll get there. Anyway, listen, have a wonderful day. Stay safe. Thanks to those of you who have joined my channel. I do appreciate it. And for those that haven't, I'm sure there's better ways to spend your hard-earned money and your hard-earned pensions. Have a great day, people. Stay safe.